Hey kids, Flexing Teacher Weber here. I hope you're having a good day. I wanted to give you a mental math lesson to work on this week. We've been working a lot with mental multiplication. We've been doing things like breaking up the numbers into parts and multiplying the parts. We've done halving and doubling. And we've also done making compatible numbers, making numbers that are easy to multiply. This lesson we're going to do, it says making compatible factors, but I'd like you to use any of those strategies that we've talked about to do these activities. And I'd like you to show all your work. Now, we're going to do a few questions together here. I'm not going to do them on the front side because the front side doesn't leave you enough room, and I'm going to go to the back. And I'm going to pick a few questions to do here. So one of the strategies we've done is breaking up the numbers. So on number 1, 35 times 4, you could break up 35 into 30 plus 5. And you would do 30 times 4 and 5 times 4. Well, 30 times 4, 3 times 4 is 12, plus the 0 is 120. And then 5 times 4 is 20. And that gives you 140. So that's one strategy you could use there. We also did the strategy of halving and doubling. So I'm going to erase this, and I'm going to do the same thing with halving and doubling. I could double the 35 and make it 70. I like that because it's a number that ends in 0 now. And then I would halve the 4 and make it 2. And then all I've got to do is do 7 times 2 is 14. Tack on the 0 for 140. So we did that, halving and doubling. We also did a strategy where you use compatible pairs. Now what you could do here is break up the numbers to get compatible pairs. What I could do is I could break up 4 into 2 times 2 and make this into 35 times 2 times 2. Now it becomes very similar to the half and double. 35 times 2 is 70. And then that 70 times the remaining 2 is 140. So I want you to pick and choose what strategies you'll do on this page. Whatever you think will work best. Now I'd like to do a couple other questions here. On this question, number 11, 22 times 15, I might not break up the numbers because that gets a little more complicated, but let's see what happens if I half and double. If I half 22, I get 11. And then if I double 15, I get 30. And that definitely makes this question easier because all I have to do is 11 times 3 is 33. Tack on the 0 for 330. So halving and doubling might work. I could also use the strategy of making compatible factors. I could take the 22 and I could break it up into 2 times 11. And then possibly I would do 2 times 15 first, which is 30. And then times the 11, and I'm exactly where I was when I halved and doubled. That's 330. So use the strategies that work best on this paper. Let's find another one here. Let me skip around. Okay, maybe down to 19. 25 times 180. Well, I might not half and double here. I might not break up the numbers, but I'm wondering if I did something like this. I'm wondering if I took 180 and made it 2 times 90. I'm wondering if that would help me. Okay, 2 times 90. Well, I could now do 2 times 25 is 50. And I would be left with now 50 times 90. And I think that's pretty reasonable. 4 times 5 times 9 is 45. Tack on 2 zeros for 4,500. So, bunch of different ways you can do these, right? I want you to use the strategies that fit the best, right? 5 times 24 over here. Well, maybe on this one I'll just break it up. And do 5 times 20 is 100. And 5 times 4 is 20. And that's going to give me 120. Okay, so half and double, break up the numbers, or use compatibles. Let's see if there's another one where I can use compatibles, meaning numbers that just work out nicely. Wonder if I went over here, 24 times 15. I'm wondering if I, just thinking out loud here, if I did 2 times 12 for 24. Well, that would give me 2 times 12 times 15. Now I'm wondering if I did 2 times 15 is 30 times 12. And then I could do 3 times 12 is 36. Tack on a 0 for 360. So, bunch of different ways to do these. Going to make you think a bit. So what I'd like you to do by the end of the week is I'd like you to do this entire Power Builder A and Power Builder B and submit it. And it gets you some practice multiplying by breaking up the numbers, halving and doubling, and using compatible pairs. Give it a shot, both Power Builder A and Power Builder B, and then try to have that done by the end of the week. That's all for now. Flexing Teacher Weber out.